Tails, are you alright? Sonic, you've got to see this. There's a robot that looks just like ours on the news. And apparently has robbed a bunch of jewelry stores. We just encountered that fake, I think. I wonder if there are even more I wonder if there are even more of them out there. This is starting to get a little more interesting now. Sonic? So what do you find out? What did I find out? This robot has some amazing technology inside it. Yeah, you're not interesting Sonic right now. Well, it sure doesn't seem that way. It won't even obey my commands. You just need to see it in action. Wait outside until I get ready. So really all you have to do is just press back on it. Thanks for waiting. We didn't really have to wait. Let's start the battle. Let's try 5 heavy attacks. To perform a heavy attack, press the control pad in the direction of your opponent, and press the B button simultaneously. Fighting skills. Hey, are you sure this thing will even stand on its own? It looks pretty beat up. Don't worry, Sonic. Are you ready? Okay, so we don't really have to worry about this. These are your specials. I'm gonna go over that later on. Okay, so we have to perform 5 heavy attacks. Basically how Tails described it. It's kind of like your heavy attacks are kind of like a smash attack in Super Smash Bros. I'm comparing this to Super Smash Bros. Again. You can actually press. What Tails failed to mention was that you can actually press up or down to do a heavy attack while pressing the B button as well, and they will be sent in that direction. So, because we performed 5 heavy attacks, we got the Sonic Flare technique. What was that? Some kind of bright light? It happened when we were fighting Shadow too. Just as I thought. Let's try something else. Do 5 upper attacks in a row. Press the B button and the control pad simultaneously, and make sure to press the control pad in the opposite direction that you are facing. Are you ready? Again, we don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, so now we have to perform 5 upper attacks. Like so. Now these are a little bit weaker than the heavy attacks, but you can actually follow up an upper attack into a heavy attack. So now we have the Sonic Updraft, which is Sonic's upper attack technique. There it was again. What's going on? I was right, Sonic. This robot is very special. Okay, so I know this is an amazing robot, but what does it mean? What does it all mean? And why is everyone after it? Well, I know 2 things. 1, it is powered by Chaos Emeralds. Once we give it more Chaos Emeralds, it will regain its energy and even be able to speak properly. Maybe that's why Eggman. My next discovery about this robot is even more stunning. This robot is capable of adopting attacks. This is where the skill points come in. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. This robot is capable of adopting attack techniques, either by observation or by being attacked by attack techniques. So, if you guys remember, when we were fighting Shadow, the robot was in battle, but it wasn't really doing anything. It was just standing idle. It was being attacked by Shadow, but it wasn't really defending itself by any means. Basically, when we were fighting Shadow, after we fought Shadow, we got a couple of techniques that the robot discovered. So, every time the robot is in battle, you get new attack techniques, or just techniques, period. So what you mean is, if I kick him, he will learn my move and kick just like I did? Am am I following you right, Tails? That's right. That's right, Sonic. And on top of that, it can develop new moves based on the captured data. Well, that's cool, I guess. I should teach it to run in case it ever needs to run away. It can learn new attacks by pressing the R button. So it's able to even combine moves such as using my jump skill and your attack techniques? That's correct, but this robot system seems to have some sort of limitations on the attack abilities it can learn. I believe it's somehow related to skill points. So as I mentioned before, the reason why I kept restarting my battle with Shadow is so I can perform a perfect run of that fight. I was not trying to get hit because the way skill points work in this game is that if you finish a match, you get 1 skill point. If you finish a match without getting KO'd, you get 2 skill points. If you finish a match without getting hit at all, you get 5 skill points. So I wanted to get 5 skill points because this game is very cheap. It throws you into these difficult situations, and I'm just trying to prepare myself as early as possible for the final fight of the Sonic's episode, because there's going to be a difficult fight with this vanilla robot. But the computer broke down before I was able to confirm this. I guess my computer crashed because of the massive overload of data from the robot. This isn't just an ordinary robot, that's for sure. It all sounds so complicated, but basically this robot has the ability to learn moves, right? If that's the case, then let's start training it. Let's do a KO battle. The one who gets 10 KOs first wins, okay? Are you ready, Tails? Okay, so this is a KO battle. Unlike a survival battle, basically you KO your opponents until you get 10 points. Or specifically for this battle, until you get 10 KOs. So I already have 1 KO. I have 1 point. Tails got KO too. So I'm going to edit this out, or actually I'm going to talk about how the game plays. So so basically you have your jump. You can jump. You have your air action. After you press the jump button, you can press it again to perform a particular air action. In this case, Sonic can do this air dash technique that he learned from the Sonic Adventure games. If you press the L button, you can block for like a second, for like a second, and then if you hold down the L button, you can heal yourself. If you press the R button, you can perform your special attack. And the way special attacks work in this game, well, I'll actually explain that a little bit more in detail after this match. But you can also attack in the air, but your air attacks are not as good as they would be on the ground. Okay, so I'm actually trying to be very careful because I want to get as many skill points as I can. Dang. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we got the Sonic Ballet. I already got this, which is unfortunate. What's unfortunate about this game is, when you get attack techniques or when you get skills, it's completely RNG. It's so random. It's very random, the skills that you get just by fighting in this game. Sometimes you'll get the same skill twice. So I got the Tails jump. The only reason why I did this fight in the first place is because so I can get some skills. Because skills are very important. And unfortunately, I got a skill that I already have, so... I also got 2 skill points because I didn't get KO'd once. Are you alright? Looks like you've still got to practice a lot more. I guess this place is too small to teach you that. Let's go over to the Emerald Beach. Pressing the R button will teach you an attack technique. I should try that. Emerald should have learned my heavy attack and upper attack. You can always practice your attack techniques here. Come back anytime you want to practice any attack techniques. You can now edit the robot skills. It actually tells the name of the robot before Sonic names the robot, but we're just going to call it the Gizoid for right now. By pressing the R button. So I'm not going to edit the Gizoid skills, at least not yet. By the way, that match was an optional match. You could have quit that, but I didn't want to quit it because I wanted to get some more skills, but I was unfortunate to get one of the same skills again. Okay, now we should have enough room here. Hey, we didn't come here to play, you know. As usual, the first one to get 10 KOs wins. Are you ready? Okay, so now I'm gonna discuss the special attacks. So this is your ground attack. Well, actually, first you choose a ground attack, and then you choose an aerial attack, and then you choose a special attack that you will defend. But first I'm gonna... So there are 3 different types of special attacks. Your shot, which is a projectile attack. Every character has projectile attacks. Your power attack is your strongest special attack, which is more of a melee attack in some sort of way. Your set is a trap attack. It's basically like a mine or some sort of... It's a trap attack, an explosive attack. So you choose your... First you choose your ground attack. I chose my shot for the ground. Now I have to choose my aerial attack. Now, your ground attacks are different from your aerials. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different. That just depends on the character, of course. So, if I want to, I can just perform my aerial power attack, or I can throw my trap, from the air. So I'm going to choose my power attack for my aerial, and then I'm going to defend any set attack that's performed by my opponent. What defend is, basically you defend any special attack that your opponent throws at you. Like, if I were to defend power attacks, I would defend my opponent's power attack. Or with my shot, or with the shot, I would defend my opponent's my opponent's projectile attack. So hopefully that all makes sense. I tried explaining it to the best of my ability, because it's kind of hard to explain. One thing I should also talk about is that green gauge at the top of my health bar. As you can see, that is called the Ichikuro gauge, or as most people like to call it, the one-hit KO gauge. Basically, that gauge is for your special attacks. Every time you perform a special attack and your Ichikuro gauge is filled up, it will KO your opponent instantly, regardless of how much health they have. And the thing is, you can't really see your opponent's health because it's a Game Boy Advance game. It's a very small screen. That was Tails' projectile attack just now. So, yeah. You can tell when your Ichikuro gauge is actually filled up because your character, the character that you're playing as, or your opponent, will actually flash. The character will flash every time your Ichikuro gauge is filled up. See, Tails is flashing right now because his Ichikuro gauge is filled. So if he actually hits me with one of his specials, I'm dead. He's going to get me. And it doesn't matter how weak or strong your gauge is. Either way, you're going to get KO'd. I mean, wait, not the gauge. I'm sorry. Whether your special attacks are weak or slow, strong or fast, it doesn't matter. When the Ichikuro gauge is filled up, it's a one-hit KO if you get hit. So that's basically what the Ichikuro gauge is, and that's how specials work in this game. So we captured the Sonic Eagle. This is a new move, which is great. Tails heal. This is also really good because Sonic doesn't have a really good heal skill. We got 2 more KO points. Hey, now you're getting the hang of it. Pretty soon you'll be able to get Chaos Emeralds all by yourself. Chaos Emeralds. Hey Sonic, let's go see Knuckles. Hey, yeah, Knuckles might be able to help us out. Especially since he's familiar with Chaos Emeralds. Okay, are you ready, Emerald? Emerald? Yeah, that's its name. It's powered by Chaos Emeralds, so I named it Emerald. Oh my god. It's only now that I realize just how funny that sounds. Cool name, eh? Yeah, real clever. The dialogue is pretty hilarious. Hey, there's a fake emerald in front of Tails' house. You're right. Is that also Eggman's plan? That cheese ball! Oh my goodness. I don't know why, but it cracks me up every time. That cheese ball! It cracks me up every time. We'll show him. Hey Tails, let's hit an attack technique on Emerald with the R button.